What's up everyone? Nicholas here, Blue Nick, and I'm going out here with Dutchy. Dutchy has his own channel that he's starting, The Sunken Dutchman. Go out and watch him, give him a sub. We are heading up from Port Welshpool today at Wilson's Prom. We're keen. I haven't been in the water for like a month. So, alright, let's get it. See ya. Yep. We motored out to the islands from Port Welshpool, and the ride was a bit bumpy, but we were keen. We nestled in behind one of the islands and could tell right away that the water was super blue. After diving in, some Australian fur seals noticed us and came up to greet us, which are usually fun to see. However, you can expect that there's not going to be as many fish in the area when you see them because the fish get pretty wary with seals around. We dove a few times with not many fish seen, then moved a bit until we couldn't see the seals, and suddenly there were fish everywhere. I lined up on abandoned Morwan, but decided against it this early in the dive. It was so good to see this much fish life around, with leatherjackets, wrasse, and old wives all over. I line up on a blue-throated wrasse in the distance, but decide against it as well. The visibility was about 15 meters, so we were stoked. Here I am on Dutchy's camera, diving down and almost immediately seeing a faint silver line that I know is a snook off in the distance. I do a little stalk by very carefully swimming closer and closer to this fish and not going directly to it, but by swimming towards a point that I know the fish will intersect with. I drift closer and closer, closing the gap with the fish and making fine-tuned adjustments to my aim, and then pull the trigger, stoning the snook.
Hell yeah. I actually had to stock it. I haven't gotten one of these in a while.
It's nice one too, bud.
Thank you.
As usual, I then brain it, bleed it, and gut it to help ensure the best quality meat that you can get from the fish. Not 5 minutes later, I see another snook and line up, but miss.
Very successful so far. Beyond stoked with that snook. Look at this beautiful place.
The weather had not gotten much better, and instead of trying our luck in increasingly poor conditions, we decided to drive to a cove in the area where it would be more protected. I sent the drone up and then very quickly was reminded by the operating system that I had less than 10% battery and I had to act very quickly to prevent an auto landing in the water, so you can see my concerned face and the laughs of Dutchy and Dane as I barely snagged the drone.
Into a cove. You can just see out there how there's a storm raging, but this cove is very calm.
I go for a dive around the corner where it gets a bit deeper. Here I spotted a blue-throated wrasse from the mid-water or surface. can see one that just tucked into a hole over there. And I'm lining up off screen on another fish as my camera had been knocked off angle. After I brained, bled, and gut it, I also scaled it because I knew I wanted to cook this fish whole, and it would be easier that way. It was home time after that with a very lumpy drive back to the boat ramp.
And we have another, what, 30 minutes? Oh, God. But we had good viz.
We had right in.
Getting into all the nooks and crannies. All clean.
Back at home, I filleted the snook. I knocked off the 2 fillets and it was a pretty healthy amount of meat from this fish. Then I removed the skin, cut out the spine bones, and then decided to cook it in the way I usually cook flathead. Paprika, some cayenne pepper, and salt. Dip each fish in. You'll get a nice coating. You continue doing that. We fried the fish along with some zucchini and potato cakes and enjoyed.